Fully Board of Zoning Appeals ordered. And we'll start out with the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary, we have roll call, please.
Andrew Melchin.
Present.
Andrew Strati.
Present.
Dan Osborne.
Present.
Barry McManaway.
Present.
John Christus present. Also note that our building commissioner Steve Forsky and the town attorney Kevin Tankersley are sitting up here too.
Everybody's had a chance to look at the 20th minutes. And if there's no discussion, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
A motion that we approve the March 2025 minutes.
I'll second.
First and second, all in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Say no. Nay. No. Nay. All right. So we've got one petition tonight, which petition number 2025-B08 has been filed by William and Page Laundry at 443 North Liberty Street in Colville. Requesting a variance of development of 5 feet from the required 10 feet south side yard setback to install steps to a deck. And have you had a chance, Mr. Building Commissioner, to?
I have, so they were previously granted the same variance. That variance expired before they could get a renewal. And they're just asking for the same variance again. That's the short of it.
That's short of it. So you're not taking away anything from the first?
No, sir, it's this, the scope of work is the same as was approved in October 2022. Yes, sir.
The drawings submitted are the same drawings, plans.
Was every member here on the board at that time?
No, I was not.
I was.
Was
No, you were not.
No, yeah, I didn't think I
I wasn't because
Yeah, I mean, I guess for members that weren't here at the time, if you would like to just quickly let us know exactly what you're doing. This way, the new members, I don't make this thing wrong where somebody be voting against or for whatever. But for the sake of, I guess, Mr. Stratton, you weren't here. And Mr. Chris, I guess you were.
I was.
Yeah, if you would.
So, yes, sir. So it's, well, the irony of the whole thing is the reason this is.
Excuse me, for the record, would you state your name and address, please?
William Laundry, 443 Liberty Street, Colville. And, yeah, as I was saying, the reason we've had such a start and stop over the last 2.5 years with this is because it is such a small project. We had 2 different builders who said, yes, went in succession, said, yeah, we'll do it. And, got strung along and realized they were starting other bigger projects. And so in one case, one said, I'm just not going to do it, which was fine. The other, we finally divorced him and then, and then to find the next guy. And then, so that's what's caused us to go as long as it did. And we just lost track that we needed to re-up the thing to begin with. So that was on us. So the overall scope of work is it's a little, a summer cabin, basically 100 years old, built in the 1920s. Doesn't have the most functional floor plan. And so we wanted to just add literally only about between 80 and 90 feet is the only actual conditioned new space that we're adding to sort of finish off a bump off the back of the house, which had originally been a covered porch. And doing that, there was a deck on the back of the home, which was old, and we were happy to take that off and just, do it, rebuild it to, a new one that we felt safe with. And in doing that, we needed to move because of the little tiny bump out. The stairs had originally been on the north side, on the northwest corner of the house essentially, but with the little bump out, you go down the steps, with the steps being decoded, they basically ran right into our detached garage, which again was already there. And so we thought it would be we would move it to the other side, move these stairs to the other sides up to the deck porch that we were replacing. And we realized that it was it was going to be within the 10-foot setback to the alley to the side, but our whole house actually is within the setback because it was built prior to the zoning. But that side of the house, it kind of jogs in and out, but it ranges from 7 feet to the alley to 5 feet to the alley. And so the steps line up with the portion that is 5 feet from the alley. So we're not actually any closer to the alley than the house was already, is my point. And so the scope of work, so that's the only thing that was not in compliance is the stairwell. So we're basically rebuilding the deck that was already there, redoing the kitchen and adding a bathroom, and that little bump out is the extent of it. It's very difficult to find good people who will do a little job like that was our experience.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have you got any more information needed or anything like that? Any of the members, I mean, I know we've already looked at this and whatever, but anything forgotten,
questions.
whatever. Otherwise, I'd say we were finding of facts, I guess, again. Prior to. All right, so I just remind everybody that if you disagree with any one of these, then you don't have to disagree with the variance, but it was approved once before, so not binding on anything whatsoever. The general welfare of the approval will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community. Agree or disagree? Adjacent property, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property, including in the variance, will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Agree or disagree? In practical difficulty, the strict application of terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. Situation shall not be self-imposed, nor be based on a perceived reduction of or restriction on economic gain. And agree or disagree on that. And I just remind everybody, if we have any additional remarks that you want to make on this, if you could, you put them on and for future purposes. All right. For that, now, no other discussion. I will entertain a motion to approve this request for variance for 5 feet from the required 10-foot south yard setback, install steps to a deck.
Make a motion that we approve petition number 2025-B08, requesting variance for reduction from 10 feet to 5 feet for the south side yard setback.
I'll second that.
I got a first and a second. So all in favor, saying aye,
Aye.
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
How it's like when you got a smaller project, all the people want the big projects, you know?
Very generous.
I come for my input, I guess I wasn't asked.
You don't do like a written
Thank you.
findings on something like that.
Thank you for that.
Should have never had your votes.
You're right.
Huh?
You're right.
I mean, this was a new one for, I guess by chance I should have asked, but they were asked last time with the same thing, so. Should I have actually requested more public input? I
I think you're fine.
I'm not, but I'm fine. All right,
There's nobody online or
okay. Any old business? Any members? No, any?
Mentioned this last time about the boat storage
Oh, yeah.
stuff out on State Road 10 and 17. Well, he's drove by it on the way here to see, because I've noticed still there. And there's one or two boats out in the driveway and several empty cars.
so I followed up on that. He has title to both boats and the cars. So he's got his own vehicles and boats on his property.
I don't past he hasn't, so now he has.
So yes,
Okay.
he does.
So
Make sure
can he
has
put
title.
for sale signs them sticking out by the road?
If they're his to sell, I think he can. I mean,
I don't think we have anything against that.
Okay.
I mean, it's like anybody else parking a car in their
if
yard.
he's got the title, you know,
And he doesn't have a boat dealer license. If he sells too many, the state will catch up to him.
all right. I'll just bring up one other thing, because I know, Bill and Commissioner and myself, we talking about the property over on Lake Street, where they put the barn, the garage. And I know there was, you had measured what they
I did. I followed up. They had to replace some of the foundation on it. It's on the same footprint.
Yeah.
They had a previous variance for the extension or the overhang, if you will, on it
for the house.
towards the house. So yep, I questioned them.
Yeah.
Because I did see the new concrete on the foundation, but it was blocked previously. And they tore the block out because it was just crumbling.
And then the height issue, just wait.
I'm still working with them. They may have a height issue.
But anyway,
I think I believe, per the contractor, which I haven't heard back, so I need to call them. Per the contractor, they went 16 feet, 6.5 inches. Where we have a 16-foot limit. And I said something to the contractor about that, and he says, "Oh, I didn't realize that." Okay.
But not discussing the case now, but just let you know that it's coming up, so. We thought we might have. it
So
tonight,
yeah, they have two choices.
And that's the one on State Street, so.
Right around the corner, you know,
They either try to get a variance or take it down, or if they don't get a variance, they'll have to lower it down.
Where's this?
yeah, that's what I said too.
Where's
I
this?
want to say it's 320 something Slate.
It's actually Slate Street, it's on the corner mill and Slate.
Like I said, they were previously granted a variance, but I don't recall the exact address.
You were not building commissioner. Barry and I had another height issue years back, and we ended up making take it down. They took it back to,
I've had people have to take stairs and things off that extend
That
too
was-
far out
That
now.
was actually I don't remember what it was, 2.5 feet or.
no, it was like a foot
Right,
above.
yeah,
It was
maybe
like
35
35 and a half,
That's what it
30.
was.
Yeah,
Not to talk about those. either.
yeah,
It
that's
is
right.
already-
Exactly.
So,
God bring-
more to
But we
come
have
on
had
that.
height issues before, is what I'm saying.
I would
That's my
expect
point.
them to be filing that soon. I'll be reaching out to them
Yeah, we
again.
thought it might have been tonight, but didn't make
It is FBI Buildings who's building it. They've got a couple different projects going on here in town.
it. Any more old business? If not, new business.
Business, you have the BZA rules of procedure. I'd ask if you just take those home and go over those tonight. And make any notes or comments on that. Indiana, on the back page, you'll see the statutes. Indiana State Code requires that we have rules of procedure. We've skirted by with what's in our zoning ordinances, but they're not really formal the way it. I believe the intent is to have these. So that's why we're getting these in place. So yeah, I'd ask take those home. In the meantime, a couple of you sat through the plan commission one. It was an hour and a half talk discussion.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
this can be a little faster.
Well, and I wonder, Steve, if you could maybe mark the changes that the plan commission agreed on, so
You already
maybe
did.
the BZA could say, okay, yeah, that's something that we would agree to, because, it's,
I've already made all the
He's already
changes.
made-
oh, you already, okay, I didn't see
And,
that.
and they're not
Okay.
marked on there, but they're already
Okay,
made on
okay.
this
Oh,
one
you didn't
also.
highlight the changes that the plan commission made. Okay, okay.
Could you point those out then, just so I know, because I,
Part of them was the petitioner and the representative. We made the representative an authorized representative. Just so the action authorized, so you wouldn't have 5 or 6
He's gonna go.
people speaking.
Probably be easier for her to go get an old copy,
Yeah.
and then you could take that, look and see what we changed,
okay,
John.
okay,
There's a little bit of it. but
Because like I said,
you'll
it
have
was,
better.
okay.
it was something that
See what's highlighted.
we started
what
out,
they
it ought to
changed.
be like 15 minutes.
For the plan commission, I have the original one, and then as I modified, I added version number to it. So
Thank you, Mr.
if you want to know some of the things the plan commission wanted,
He's got
there was just some changes in language to start with. Some corrections. Punctuation,
Okay,
notice of hearing. Just, anything significant. The plan commission. So the plan commission did vote that, or they do want the plan commission and conduct of hearing number 2, the plan commission shall not take any action on a proposal if the petitioner or an agent of the petitioner is not present. They want them in the room, not like calling
in person.
in physically, and actually the language is physically present.
okay,
That was chosen. Talked about and kept to 3 minutes for public comments on number 9. Some more language change in there too.
okay,
Plan commission wanted to and go, for voting, wanted to go by roll call vote. That's really up to you all to decide if you want to do that. It seems to be a nice clean way, but you can do roll call, you can do verbal, you can raise hands, you can write it on a piece of paper and put it in a box to vote. So that's what this says. Some language like petitions and letters. Petitions shall include the street address. Excuse me, originally I had should. Trying to think. I'm going through 2 different sets of notes because I have John Houghton's also here. He left me his, he's kind enough to do that. Just some. See, number 9. On number 9, it was also changed to the commissioner, in this case, number 9, I think it should say the board may solicit additional comments. First words, I don't have a copy that I printed out for you in front of me.
this one says the president may solicit.
Okay, so something to consider if you want the whole board or just the president. I like the president doing it, so not everybody's throwing questions out, but whatever you guys want. We changed it. It said previously, it said the president may permit additional comments. In this case, it's solicit. So once people are done giving input, only the board can ask questions. I guess that's some of it.
Okay,
There's discussion too. I didn't put it in this one yet regarding, I don't think I know I didn't put it in there regarding sign-in sheets for people who want to speak. The secretary of the plan commission really liked that idea. So they had their names written down.
Steve, you've got 2 number 7s on here, just FYI.
Well, I thought it was important. Okay, so yeah, look for those little things in there.
I guess the one question I have, and I guess we can ask now is, we have to do the finding of facts prior to voting. So are we only voting on the petition the way that it is requested by the petition?
Yeah.
Because,
So,
well,
According to
What I'm
the
saying,
way it's proposed.
like, you know, a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago, we did finding of the facts, and then the adjustments were made in the
so I can address that. The answer is, I believe the finding of fact should be done after a motion,
I would thought so too.
because you are, I don't, because you guys are allowed to put conditions on. For instance, conditions and commitments.
So we can do the motion, then finding of facts, and then vote.
That's what I'd recommend. That way you're finding the facts are for the motion.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that'd be fine, because, I mean, you're finding of facts, but you're still gonna reverse the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you vote first, you never have to go to the finding of facts if you deny it. Right?
You still have to do finding of facts.
So in other words, you would have to, if you vote no,
Whether you vote yes or no, you have to do finding of facts.
right, if you're finding of facts you didn't agree with, you voted yes, then it's counteracted. So you'd have the same.
Oh, I just got so lost.
Well, the findings of fact is the inclusive representation of the board's
Right.
decision, not any one individual, so.
No, but finding of facts, if you don't agree on any of the finding facts and you disagree, then you have to vote no.
Sure.
But that's
And
why,
if, so
that's
that's
why I
what I'm
think-
saying, if you vote first and you vote yes, then you go back to your finding
That's why you
facts.
said vote last.
right, so, yeah.
You can't,
The way we've been doing it is we do the finding of facts, and then someone, you know, makes a motion. And so sometimes that motion is different than what is presented by the petition. And so if we do the motion, then the finding of facts, and then the vote, then that should clarify.
Yes,
So we're doing the finding of facts
Sure,
based
yeah.
on what the motion is, not based on what was necessarily presented by the petition.
that would be a very clean way to do it versus taking notes or marking up afterwards on.
Yeah.
On your.
I-
finding
I-
of
You
fact.
could do proposed findings of fact, which is common, and then everybody's got it in their hand, and then you could have discussion. And then you could vote on individual ones, and then, yeah, ultimately, the product you want to produce at the end, obviously, is gonna, which is gonna be subject to judicial review, needs to be, should not be modified after the vote.
Right.
So,
Should be modified after the motion, correct?
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Like I said, make a motion on, say, these are my proposed findings, and then you can have debate. Then you can ultimately, but once you, your final product can't be modified after you vote on it.
yeah, I mean, that's the legal document. That's all.
Right.
So.
So this is something that we need to have that we haven't had. Is where this is at, and we've got time, we've got a long time now. We've got time to get it right.
So next meeting, when we do this prior to petition so that it is integrated before we do petitions next month.
Pardon?
Yeah, he wants to know if
Are
we all agree.
We are gonna agree on the rules of procedure prior to any
Meeting.
petitions next month.
I mean,
Like, can we
that
do
depends on
that?
the building commissioner, how he writes up the agenda.
Can we do that in the agenda prior to petitions?
We can,
Was that your recommendation?
no,
Okay,
because the amount of time it may take
Well.
on
that's
discussion
too,
for this prior to approving it.
But we're changing procedure after the variance is already requested,
No,
right?
no, what I'm saying is we just continue on next month, and if we have cases, then you hear those cases, and then we discuss this.
That's what I'm saying.
So the
Exactly what
go
I'm
into
saying.
effect
Yeah.
after, would go into effect for the June meeting.
Yes,
Correct.
If we,
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
if we,
That's
yeah, we all approve on that.
But I'm gonna have Kevin review anything before we finalize it here to make sure that we're meeting all state statutes for sure.
Any other discussion on these procedures? Do you have any other things you'll bring up other than? Sorry, finding facts.
Just a procedural thing, but us discussing, this needs to be in a public hearing, correct?
Yes.
You're talking about the procedures,
Or us
The approval of the procedure.
discussing this and,
public meeting,
I mean, sorry.
not
public
hearing.
meeting,
Okay.
Public meeting.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
For all public meetings. I think we all have, it's all public.
Yeah, just the word hearing is a trigger for me.
What he's saying is we can't do it next Monday with just all of us. It needs to be something. Yeah.
Well, we can, I can advertise if you want to do a
We
work
don't
session.
advertise it, but we can actually approve it, says. BZA. All right, anything else, but all input is probably helpful.
And you have my email if you have questions or want to throw something at me, go ahead.
I want to welcome our new attorney,
Thank you,
Centris,
Kevin Tankersley.
Tankers.
Was close. That's all right.
Tankersley. Or we had it
Tankersley.
wrong the other night. Yeah, Tankerus is what we had.
I could be cantankerous, but it's Tankersley.
Yeah.
Good response.
I thought that was what you said.
Should be your business card right there.
Yeah.
I hope we make you welcome.
You did. Thank you.
Not work you too hard. Quite other questions coming.
You guys got stuff going on. That's good.
All right, our next meeting then is gonna be 6:30 PM, Thursday, May 15th. Is that right? 2025.
I will not be there. It's my reunion weekend. And I won't be available.
Your reunion.
My
I'm married to
50th, my 50th Culver reunion.
Oh, right.
It starts on Wednesday and goes through Sunday.
Oh, right.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's a big deal.
I'll have to see if I have a game or not. I don't know. I don't recall off the top of my head. So I've got to let you know because if he's gone and I'm gone, we can't have a meeting.
We'll have a quarter.
Oh, we have-
There would be a point.
And I'll just, for the record, I agree with all the changes that have been made. I promise. So. Okay.
Good enough.
I tried.
All right. So other than that, all I'm gonna do is entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Yeah, first and second, all in favor, say aye. Sure.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.